Hello, gem hunter. Have you ever wondered how many gemstones would you need to find to become rich? And is that even possible? Well, if you were to find a single large high-quality diamond, you could absolutely become a millionaire with just one stone. On the other hand, if you discovered a deposit with tons of high-quality quartz on your property, you could also become a millionaire. Which brings us to the next question. Why does one diamond suffice while it takes tons of quartz to reach the same value? Who decides which stone is more valuable? And how does that impact you as you watch this video? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We'll answer these questions and, in addition, reveal gemstones that can be just as valuable as diamonds, or even more so, like certain rare specimens of black opal. So pay close attention to every detail in this video. What you learn here could change your life, especially if you discover that some of the gemstones we'll discuss today might be hidden in your region. The first thing you need to understand is what defines the value of a gemstone. Imagine you're out in nature, walking along a riverbank, and you spot a colorful stone with a captivating shine. How can you tell if it's valuable or not? The value of a gemstone is determined by a combination of 4 key characteristics: rarity, quality, size, and color. This is where you'll begin to understand why a single diamond can be worth more than tons of quartz. The first and most important factor is rarity. Diamonds, for example, are formed under extremely specific and uncommon conditions, while quartz, although fascinating, is found in abundance worldwide. You've probably visited a place where small white crystals were scattered across the ground. Those crystals were quartz, the second most abundant mineral on Earth. But rarity isn't everything. Crystal quality also plays a crucial role in determining a gemstone's value. For instance, not all diamonds are equally valuable. There are what's known as industrial-grade diamonds, which have numerous fractures and imperfections that make them unsuitable for cutting and polishing. These diamonds are crushed and used for industrial purposes, such as sandpaper and cutting tools. They're far less valuable than a large, well-formed amethyst, which is a beautiful purple variety of quartz, like the one you see on your screen now. Size is another key factor. Here's something interesting. The value of a gemstone increases exponentially with its size. For example, a 1-gram diamond might be worth around $2,000 per carat. However, if you find a 2-gram diamond, it won't simply double in value. In fact, it could be worth as much as $10,000 per carat because larger diamonds are significantly rarer. Unlike precious metals like gold, gemstones cannot be fused together to create larger stones. Additionally, if your diamond has vibrant, well-defined colors, its value can skyrocket. This concept also applies to quartz. Amethyst, for instance, is a purple variety of quartz that is highly prized, especially when it displays intense, uniform coloration. In other words, every gemstone has some value, even if it's only worth a few cents. This means that little stone you picked up could already be considered a precious gem. Exciting, isn't it? Now that you know what defines the value of a gemstone, I'm sure you're curious to learn which ones are the most valuable. Among the highest value gems on the market today are aquamarine, emerald, various colors of tourmaline, imperial topaz, ruby, sapphire, noble opal, and diamond. You can learn more about these gemstones by accessing our ebook on Gemology for beginners. But let's continue. If your goal is to get rich by finding one of these gems, all you need to do is go to the right location and retrieve them. But how do you know where to look? Every gemstone has its indicator minerals. These are more common stones and minerals that serve as clues in the soil or terrain, pointing to the possible presence of valuable gems in the area. Analyzing these indicators is far more effective than relying solely on luck to find something valuable. Here on the channel, you'll find several videos where we talk specifically about these indicator minerals. Just subscribe and like this video, and YouTube will recommend those videos to you. Now, returning to the topic of getting rich with gemstones, we need to understand how much they are actually worth. So what is the value of a gemstone? Here's where things get even more interesting. The value of a gem varies greatly depending on factors like quality, size, and rarity, as we've already discussed. Let's take a practical example. The emerald, one of the most expensive gemstones. How much is an emerald worth? The answer is, it depends. If we consider a high-quality emerald, still in its raw state, what would its price be? Imagine you have a stone weighing about 20 grams. Hypothetically, this emerald could be worth around $150 per gram. Sounds great, doesn't it? But let's think a little further. Yes, it's a significant amount, but it's far from enough to make someone rich, especially today. With a stone like that, you might be able to pay off some debts, make a few investments, or buy something special for yourself. In other words, to truly get rich from a single gemstone, it needs to be extremely valuable. That could mean it's much larger, much rarer, or perhaps a combination of both. Now, here's an interesting fact. Among the gemstones I mentioned earlier, only two can realistically make you wealthy with just one small stone. The first is the diamond. Finding a large, high-quality diamond could change your life, considering most diamonds are discovered in very small sizes, typically less than 1 or 2 grams. When a slightly larger diamond is found, its value skyrockets. Depending on its size, quality, and especially its color, a diamond can easily surpass millions of dollars in value. The second gemstone that can make you a millionaire with a single specimen is the Paraiba tourmaline. This stunning gem, with its vibrant neon blue hue, is the rarest and most valuable variety of tourmaline, and it's also one of the most expensive gemstones in the world. In some cases, it can even surpass diamonds in value per carat. So if you're lucky enough to find a Paraiba tourmaline of decent size, even in its raw state, it could be worth millions of dollars in the market. However, it's important to remember that finding gemstones in such ideal conditions is extremely difficult. Both large diamonds and high-quality Paraiba tourmalines are incredibly rare, and it's this rarity that makes them so valuable. This brings us to the question, is it really possible to get rich with gemstones? The answer is yes, but with one caveat: the stones that can make you a millionaire are very hard to find. There is, however, a second option. Stay with me, because here comes the real secret. If you've made it this far, it shows you're truly determined to change your life by finding gemstones. So far, I've talked about cases where a single stone, like an emerald, a diamond, or a Paraiba tourmaline, could make a huge difference. But the real secret to building wealth with gemstones doesn't lie solely in rarity. It's in quantity. Rather than focusing exclusively on extremely rare gems, many people succeed by finding more accessible stones in larger volumes. These stones might not have astronomical individual values, but collectively they can yield significant profits. In some cases, they even outperform rare gems, like the massive quartz vein found in Arkansas that stretches for miles and generates millions of dollars annually for local miners. And remember, there are plenty of other gemstones to consider. I mentioned earlier that any stone with some value can be considered a gemstone, right? That's the secret most people overlook. Many lower value gemstones can be found in much greater quantities. But people get so focused on finding a single, ultra-valuable gemstone that they miss out on real and profitable opportunities. I've seen plenty of cases like this myself. Let me give you a practical example. A high-quality raw emerald weighing about 5 grams could be worth around $600. Now, for that same amount, you could buy 1 kilogram of the highest quality amethyst. See the difference? While the emerald costs $600 for a single stone, that same amount gets you a full kilogram of top-grade amethyst. The big advantage of amethyst is that it's much easier to find and cheaper to extract from nature. In some cases, it can be found in enormous quantities, reaching tons in a single deposit. Now imagine this. If you were to discover a high-quality amethyst deposit weighing 10 tons, it could be worth around $6 million. See the difference? This logic applies to virtually any gemstone. In most cases, to truly get rich with gemstones, it's far more advantageous to find a significant quantity of medium or low-value stones than to rely on a single, extremely rare gemstone, which can be as hard to find as winning the lottery. That's why studying how gemstones form and learning to identify indicator minerals is so important. With this knowledge, you can recognize an entire gemstone deposit, which is far more profitable than relying solely on luck to find a single valuable gem. Most gemstones considered valuable are unlikely to make you rich with just one stone. The real secret lies in focusing on quantity, especially if you're already finding several interesting stones in your region. The problem is, if you don't know how to identify them, you can't tell whether they're gemstones or just colorful rocks. To solve this, my first recommendation is to consult a gemologist or an experienced prospector. In many cases, a jeweler can also help. These professionals can be incredibly helpful in analyzing and identifying gemstones. However, we know that accessing this kind of expertise isn't always easy or affordable. Hiring a specialist can be expensive, or perhaps there aren't any professionals like that near where you live. But don't worry, because this is exactly why we created this channel. And after countless requests, we organized all the content from the channel into a single digital book, so people from all over the world could access this knowledge with just a few clicks and at an affordable price. To make it even better, we're offering our ebook, Gemology Journey for Beginners, for free for 7 days. This ebook is a complete and practical guide that includes detailed descriptions, illustrative images, and simple tests you can do at home to identify the gemstones you find. Just click the first link in the description to access it. By purchasing the ebook, you not only support our project, but also gain the skills to explore the fascinating world of gemstones, increasing your chances of success. And if now isn't the right time to purchase the ebook, that's okay. Subscribe to the channel to receive free weekly videos packed with tips and information to help you recognize all kinds of gemstones you find in nature. Speaking of which, the next video, already appearing on your screen, will teach you even more about how to find gems in the wild. So take advantage and watch it while it's still free. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Good luck, Gem Hunter!